Greetings there, my hypothermic and frostbitten friends. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Volcanea, episode 22, Chill Room. Also, very strange that we're like, let's disinfect on this box, because these boxes automatically self-disinfect. So, like, let's say I do have, I do, like, this clay right here. Let's get the clay out of here. God, wherever it is. And also the thimbleweed seeds. And then these are set to 9. Sweep only. Clay. And 9. Sweep only. Thimbleweed seeds. And then I can just high priority sweep these two things. And we'll be popping them in the disinfect boxes and as kind of a set and forget. Hey, Flick. Thanks for catching me live. I'll drink to that, buddy. And a half year resubbing. I appreciate it. Alright, taking a quick look at my germs. So now that box that was germy, the germs are gone. They've been relocated over here. The clay is about to be germ-free. And because these are sweep only, the duplicants aren't going to grab all of the clay everywhere in the base to put it here. And then also the thimbleweed. Oh, actually, I don't see the seeds in here yet. Oh no, this 2 of the seeds are in there. I don't actually know where the other seeds went. Maybe in here? So, this has other seeds. This has some slime lung dirt as well. But yeah, I mean, that's how to, like, clear it up if you need to clear it up. Make sure all the slime is set to sweat. I think it is now. Yeah. So, it might be a little hard to visualize, but if I continue this path, this here will be the wall that goes up. And then here as well. And that will be the transportation corridor, for lack of a better term. So I might want to get rid of some of the slime in the walls and process that as well. And now I've just doubled the amount of space I have for slime. Alright, the input tank is getting a little full. But now we're no longer dumping water because the element sensor has sensed. You guys mentioned I might want a... So this was a liquid element sensor. A hydro sensor instead. So let's redesign the system with a hydro sensor, as that might be a little more sensible. And I'll raise it level up so there's more space for water. One of the reasons to keep the water level low is so that, you know, if you do introduce germs, there's like a limited amount of damage that you can do. But now this hydro sensor is just like, you know, release liquid if the, you know, if the pressure is below X. Hook that up. And the water level will get raised. You know what? I'm going to go with what I originally said. I'm going to put the hydro sensor actually down a little bit so that the pitcher pump can't get flooded. I think I don't want to get wet feet every time I come in here. Will dupes fill up the empty closest storage first? They do it in terms of priority. So it depends on the priority of the box that they're putting it into. And then, apart from that, it would be, like, closest. Which is why these boxes are getting germy stuff coming in from, because I don't have any ore scrubbers. I didn't bother with ore scrubbers. Alright, don't disinfect these. So as far as I know, yeah, there's no germs south of this point. So I'm ready to add this section to the base as soon as the water's gone. Might need some additional deodorizers, though. There's a lot of polluted oxygen in this corridor. And rather than waiting a ridiculous amount of time for it to cycle around and eventually get deodorized, I'll just add a bunch more. A little bit faster. Oh, right, I also killed the Pacu, didn't I? Gotta cook that up. So you can sort of see where the corridor will pick back up. I'll even put plastic ladders in here. That is a lot of murder. So once this puddle's gone, I'm digging in. Adding this section to the base and trying to process this so that this is all clean and pure and add this section to the base. That's the eventual hope. It's gonna be a lot of work. Well, that's what I'm working towards. But only once it's germ-free and safe. There we go. We have a lot more polluted oxygen. Filtration going on now. Okay, that's the only spots that slime exists, so I've hauled it all. Good, good, good. I'm digging this out so I can actually just mop this liquid, making it a little bit faster to filter. This puddle is gone, so we are good to tap into this now. Meaning that I need to reverse these sinks. These sinks here, this pipe or plumbing needs to get reversed. So in order to do that, just delete there. And snip it there. And then put that in. Cool. One puddle processed. So viewers, do you have any voter's remorse voting for the long way? Out of curiosity? Alright, now water's going up to feed the sinks. No remorse? Cool. I was just wondering. We'll mop up the remainder of the liquid. And then also make sure to, like, start leaving room so that we can destroy the carbon dioxide, so it will dump to the bottom of our scrubbers. Let's smash some eggs. I don't suspect I'm going to bother with hatch ranching, so I'll just... Oh, you got stuck. So now this area here is part of the inside of our base. You know, it's on the correct side of the water locks. And there's nothing germy about it. There's nothing unsafe about it. So that's good. Oh, we will have wet feet, though. Did that... How far did that... Okay, that didn't leak all the way down. That's good. Let me look at the liquid overlay to make sure I got it all. Nope. Because once we broke into that, it, you know, kind of leaked everywhere. To be expected. Okay, sweet. Definitely have some idle dupes. So I'm trying to think of reasonable things for them to do. Is my... Okay, so let's release this now. So we're putting more fresh water back into the container so that we can start processing this puddle. So we need this pool of water gone if we're going to be able to go through this with like a transportation corridor. If I remove these two airflow tiles, my park stops being a park. Unless I put a pneumatic door like this, which I could do, but it's... I guess I could do it like that, I suppose. It looks weird to have like a horizontal door, but it might speed things up a little bit faster, I guess. Once I have the option to print up a pip, I could consider making a nature reserve instead of a park. I just haven't had the option to print a pip in kind of a while. Another thing that might be useful is for me to cut in this way, and then to regain access to the slime that is in this storage, to put this slime that was temporarily stored here into the proper storage bins so that the germs get killed off. So essentially I'm going to end up with you know, no germs anywhere of, no slimy, you know, no germy slime, you know, anywhere in the base. Which is a good goal. Alright, you forgot about... Okay, so let's put that horizontal in. So we get our park back, because yeah, now it's like massive. It's 1,700 tiles. A little bit too big for a park. Actually, the door there is fine. Alright, it's a park again. Just looks very strange. You got sheared, you got sheared. You get wrangled, you get wrangled. I'm gonna probably regret this, but time to sweep everything up out of here. So yeah, these are the only places that I'll have slime stored on the map, and both are totally sterile. Much thanks to the high-pressure chlorine. If at some point I want to crack down on all germs everywhere, I would spend some time to like make sure that that all the possible germs everywhere in the base was like attended to. As long as we're not eating the slime lung and as long as it's not airborne, I think we're fine. Because the presence of oxygen will eventually kill it off, given enough cycles. I mean, it takes a lot of cycles, but I don't think it's going to pose much of a problem. Grab the pocketed buddy bud? Yeah. I just may. I might actually do it from this side, though. Rather than to have even more slime to deal with. As long as it's not a voted priority for me to produce algae with the slime, I just don't want any slime that I don't need. So I'm trying to, like, cut down on that as much as I can. Doing the bare minimum. I do, however, probably want the gold amalgam. Gold amalgam's a nice, or gold is a nice resource to have on hand. So it looks like that cold biome was mostly kept intact. That's what I was aiming for, to make sure it didn't all melt. Whenever you play, slime lung becomes a problem. You're not sure why it keeps making its way through the barriers. So the intended way would be something like this, where you have a bunch of ore scrubbers to sterilize the slime as it passes through. Keep in mind that ore scrubbers only kill about 500,000 germs per use. So if you have slime at like 1 million germs, you're going to want 3 ore scrubbers. And then a sink so that your dupes clean themselves after handling slime. And then to put the slime, you know, somewhere where it can't replicate. So in underwater or in high pressure chlorine to kill it off. I'm not trying to perfectly contain slime lung, because as long as the slime lung is in an oxygenated environment, it will die off on its own. So I do have some slime in my base right now, but you know, it's getting killed off pretty quick. Oh, I actually have more buddy buds than I realized. And another thing, if you have airborne slime lung, so like here I have some airborne slime lung, you can also just outcompete it with floral scent. So floral scent will, as you can see, here's a good case of it. This is a naturally occurring buddy bud. Its floral scent is preventing the slime lung from getting airborne because floral scent dominates it. So that's another way to deal with it. I am pretty certain that the game's wiki would have, you know, an incredible amount of resources and tips about how to deal with slime lung. But if you really want to kill slime, put it in a chlorine environment and it will die. That would be the TLDR. Oh, my sinks are not... what is going on? How are the sinks not getting water? Oh, my pollution pipe is full. Yeah, because of that thing, huh? Shoot. Alright, snip. And I am going to put all that to-be filtered water in maybe holding tanks or something. Because those sinks... well, that's weird. It's like an invisible holding tank. Those things are kind of more important than filtering the water. Or I can have feed priority, yeah. That's another thing I could do. Alright, so here's a good case of the... we've got slime lung in there, but soon this will be taken over by the floral scent. And I'm putting floral scent in the base because no one has allergies, so I might as well just have everyone enjoy the wonderful smell. Yeah, I could use bridge control to control the priority, exactly. Just, it hadn't even occurred to me that, I would have a problem like that. We'll eventually get through that water. How is the tanks? So the hydro sensor hasn't been hit yet. This water is pure and clean? Yes. Glorious. Tons and tons and tons of water. Will slime lung start spreading into cold biome if I remove the bud? No, because it's not polluted. Well, I guess there is a little bit of polluted oxygen. So I can put a deodorizer here as like a stopgap measure. But slime lung only spreads in polluted oxygen. So as long as your oxygen is clean, it dies off naturally. Oh, that's a leak. Leaking into my salt water. That's awkward. Alright, let's let it rip again. Is there any benefit getting them to sleep in fluorescent? I don't think so. I think as long as they have a recent floral scent, that's the primary benefit. But I could be wrong. So if this is my corridor, This ladder here could become plastic. Because this is going to, you know, I'm planning on having a plastic ladder, a metal fire pole, and then transit tubes eventually. So I might as well just put the plastic ladder in now. Because it will be one continuous ladder column once it's done. Might want to start running the ATNs. Yep. Because these tanks are full. I wonder when the next dormancy, though, is. 27 cycles? We'll see. We'll see what hits first. As I start using power for metal refining, we're going to use a lot more hydrogen to produce the power, you know, reducing the need for you know, using up hydrogen. So then these are the walls for eventual travel shaft. So I'll just put them in. I'll start working on them. Looking good. Well, while I work on this, what should I do while I wait for the path to be sort of cleared? Set up a cold room. Explore the fossil story. Explore more oil biome. Or head to the other points of interest. Or other viewer suggestions. So the other points of interest would be like these facilities that I have not opened up. Just to make that clear. So, while you wait for me to make this usable, this space usable, what should I do? Oh, and clearly my my bridge. Oh no, it's fine. Too many critters. Bye-bye. Because I'm not really dealing with slime anymore, I like almost don't even need the sinks. Because until this puddle of water is gone and this slime is mined out, there's not really slime for me to care about. You stuck? No, you're just chilling. Because I lack tasks. It seems like I'm going to need an access over there in a minute. And then I also have storage unavailable, so I guess my storage is full. And because I don't like to use the infinite storage trick, I'll store it normally. For better or for worse. I'm just gonna double check the definitions for storage, making sure that we don't do anything weird. No liquefiables, no slime or rot or algae or anything like that. Or not algae, slime, rot. Anything problematic. Yeah, it still looks fine. All right, you guys want me to set up a cold room? So let's start working on that. The ideal cold room is one that is full of hydrogen and wheezeworts and an active ATN that can act as a heatsink. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to remove the obsidian tiles because obsidian is conductive, thermally conductive, and I want to keep the cold or whatever temperature is in there. So deleting the stuff around here. The other question I have for y'all is these ATNs are not like, well, should I try to have the cold room use both ATNs? So the reason for yes is they're adjacent to one another. The reason for no is it bisects my travel tube. So if I do use both, I'm going to need to have these travel ladders stop and go around. I think it's probably, unless I'm like trying to mass produce refined carbon and ceramic and steel and oil and plastic, I don't think we're going to need two. I could be wrong, but something tells me I won't. I'm also not going to vacuum seal it. I don't care too much about the heat. So I am just replacing the conductive tiles with insulated ones and then digging this whole place out, getting it ready to be vacuum sealed. The other thing I'm going to need to do, which I'm not thrilled about, is probably going to need petroleum. So I'm going to start sweeping up some petroleum for the liquid lock. I know I could plumb it and pipe it, but I think building massive pipes for that is a lot more work than I'm willing to commit to at the moment. Even if it is ultimately, in long run, maybe more efficient. Count me out. So 1 more minute to vote on the ATNs, but looks like no is going to be my answer. And there's plenty of space here to act as like a higher volume. You guys got yourself stuck. Well, okay, I did it to you, but let's fix that. Because you have finite oxygen, you're kind of trapped. Is someone coming? I hope so. Alright, so 1 ATN. Got it. If we end up needing the other one, I have a hydrogen geyser right here we can tap for the other one. Alright, is anyone coming? Let's do that. Hi, builders. Can you help? So the current priority is cut through the slime biome and build a cold room. You know, I could have them just dig their way out if help is taking too long. I got bored of waiting. Thanks, guys. Thanks, rescue party. Showed up in no nick of time. What is the max pressure of a Wheezewort? That is my next question. Or does it even have... It doesn't even care about pressure? Hilarious. That works for me. And, yep, that's a big thing of petroleum. So we're getting some petroleum for the liquid locks. Petroleum has a lower freeze temperature than oil, hence using petroleum. So that my liquid locks are less likely to freeze over and become a problem. So there's tiny little pockets of polluted oxygen, but given enough time, they'll get all filtered. And then once all the polluted oxygen's gone and there's no more source of slime lung, you know, I can remove all the filtration and we've removed the risk. Oh man, I have a lot of sweet leeks grain. Oops. The other thing I'm going to need here is a place to store all the ice, because we're eventually going to want to get the ice out. And I did end up... did I end up getting all the diamond? Yes. All the diamonds. Well, I mean, some of it's sitting here, but the diamond's ready. Where are certs? Thank you for the resub. Welcome to the bad engineering stream. Looking pretty good. I do want to dig that up. That's going to be a problem. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leave a buffer so that, you know, there's a bit of a buffer around the potential slime. You're nervous about the chlorine getting out? Oh, yeah, I mean, there's no sand here. It's not getting out. This is all solid blocks. Granite, igneous, etc. This pocket's going nowhere. For now. So there's the start of the cold room, just kind of waiting on material deliveries. And now we have plenty of storage, ridiculous amounts. And a pretty good travel corridor. So there's some polluted water here that I'm going to want to deal with. I might just like let it spill. I'm just wondering where it spills to. I think what I'll do is I'll put a tile here to prevent it from spilling I could end up spilling in there. That's the problem. I'll build a wall in that spot to prevent it from spilling somewhere annoying. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Volcanea, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 6th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that my live viewers are the ones who propose projects and vote on them, determining what I build. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine and participate, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule, countdown timers to upcoming streams, and a link to Twitch. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow duplicants.